We're closing. That'll be 349.
It's getting expensive here.
We have the VHS version. It's cheaper.
I'm sure. If I wanted a VHS, I would have gotten one, pendejo.
What's up? Happy Millennium. Are you gonna watch the fireworks?
Nah, I'm heading out. It's time for me to be leaving. Happy 2000, man.
Where are you going?
I'm skipping this Loserville. Wanted to stop and say goodbye.
I get it. Call me when you get to the next stop.
Don't worry. I'll make sure to keep in touch. Life's too short to stay in one place. There's a fresh 1,000 years waiting out there. Gotta experience it. I know. Let's do something to celebrate. No one's gonna come in this late. It's good timing.
I can't go smoke if that's what you're thinking. Shift's almost up, and I have a date with Chenshu.
I was thinking of getting something to eat.
But the only place that's open tonight is the Chinese restaurant on Main Street.
Who wants Chinese? I have something extra fresh in mind.
Wait, what? Let go, you freak! What are you?
Wait. No, man. You'll understand soon. To the new millennium.
Damien? Sweetie, where are you? You were late picking me up. Damien! Help! Somebody!
I'm right here.
Sorry, Brother Luke. I'll see you later in French.
You're late again.
I wouldn't lose. A knight always defeats the dragon.
Mark, ever heard of wiping your feet? Yeah, sounds good.
That concludes our section on ancient Roman housing. Make sure you read the readings. Oh, and Mr. Mark Delaware, I will speak with you after class.
Yes, sir?
Mark, 4 years ago, you were the only freshman out of 5 students who got an A in my largest class. By some miracle, you're still on the dean's list. Yet your timeliness has not improved since the day you enrolled. Come with me, we must speak. I know you don't have class with Brother Luke today until 10, so we should have some time.
You expect we'll need that long?
How are the students in your study session? Is everything going all right? What are they asking the most?
They're doing well. A quarter doesn't show, but I don't blame them. It's not like attendance is required.
They should show and attend to their grades.
There were some questions about the ancient Roman trade routes from the last lecture.
Yes, I wasn't able to go over that very well. We ran out of time.
I was able to explain it.
They understood.
I hope so. They didn't ask me any other questions after class.
You're graduating this semester. Are you ready? I want you to meet the Society of the Arts before you walk. We will meet this Friday at 5 o'clock.
So soon? I thought we'd meet after graduation. I have a date with Jody this Friday.
Cancel it. I mean, you're not in love with her, right? You told me yourself that she was just a friend. This is your future. I made sure that the whole society was going to be at this meeting. And not everyone consistently arrives to their functions, as you showed us well this morning.
Okay, fine.
Just fine. Once you meet these people, your life will change forever. You're great with languages, Mark. You've successfully taken 3 of them here. This is not an easy college to succeed in, and you've made it.
Thanks, Professor. I really appreciate the opportunity. I'll reschedule my date.
I figured you would. Now, get going. go outside and enjoy some sunshine before your next class.
Oh, sorry, I didn't see you there.
That's okay with me. A little fear gets the blood pumping faster. Do you recognize me, little mouse? A bird told us that you were spilling secrets about the skulls. I don't mind having fun in our club, but what happens there stays there.
Glad you jerks are back, but I need to sleep!
Sorry, Mark.
You mad, Mark?
think? You're still doing this stuff before morning. Remember Monday when you stole all the toilet paper from the restrooms? We had none all week because you also TP'd the head RA's office. But you weren't here this week, so I guess you didn't know that.
What about last month? That stink bomb in the air vent was pretty good.
And extra smelly.
It was awful. It was in my nostrils and my clothes. No wonder Jody stayed away. Where have you been? It's been 3 days since you both called anyone. We were worried. Never mind. I haven't slept. I swear, if Jody refuses to go out with me because I look like a zombie, I'll come back here and eat your brains!
Don't bother. Kyle doesn't have any.
What happened there?
Just a scratch.
It looks bad. Maybe you should have it checked out.
The RA said you've been asking where we were. Are you worried about us? Don't be. We're just having some fun.
So what were you up to?
Nate and I thought you were too busy with graduation. You're working for that hard ass, right?
Yeah, I still work for Professor Mickelson. I admire him. Did you hear about the murder last night?
No. What did you hear?
Let's hope they're caught. Do they have any leads?
Another girl was slashed. Police are wondering if we have a serial killer.
Let's get out of here. We all need a change. I know. Let's go on a road trip during spring break. Get away from cranky professors and all this death talk.
Sounds like a plan. I'll be off then.
Yeah, I have nothing better to do with my life anyway.
So, you're buying?
So, how are you holding up?
I'm not sure. I didn't know her, but it all happened so close to us. It could have happened to anyone. No, I won't be scared.
No, you shouldn't be.
Is that why you wanted to meet sooner? Because you're worried about me?
Yes, but I also can't make this Friday. Professor Mickelson set up an interview with the Society of the Arts.
What does this art thing have to do with you? You gave up sketching.
The Society considers language an art. They've been looking for a translator for art deals. If they like me, I get a job with them. Or at least I'm hoping that happens when I meet them Friday.
Ugh, now you reminded me. I've been so focused on finishing up our semester, I haven't made a resume yet. I need to start looking for a job too. You'll do great, Mark. I hope you get it. I'm going home to Utah.
I'm not going home.
It's because of her, isn't it?
I think Kyle and Nate will stay on campus. I might stay here and hang out with them instead.
I don't blame you, Mark. It's just so sad. But I'm glad you won't be alone. Call me, okay?
Did you have fun? Because I'm not sure you did. Let's get out of here.
Mark, let's get some coffee and catch the rest of the show.
Look, they're about to start again.
Good. Now we can finally see something interesting. I'm getting tired of watching all these couples making out. It's so annoying.
Thank you all for coming and welcome to our annual Classics Under the Stars. Let's introduce our actors. Our second performance tonight will be The Picture of Dorian Gray.
Shit, why is that killer here? Can't you look? Do you think he's onto us? Kyle, do you know that person?
Yeah, he's Mark's faculty mentor.
He's your neighbor, right? The one who's been asking too many questions?
He's a cutie. Can we keep him?
Are you trying to make me jealous? Because it's working. I need to find out what he knows. We can't reach him now.
Sounds like fun. I'm in.
What are you saying? You're not going to hurt him, are you? You couldn't control yourself a few days ago. If my brother's blood and mine aren't enough, find someone else. You have to stop killing runaways.
Don't worry, we won't kill your friend. But why is Mitchelson mentoring him? Find a way to bring... Mark, was it? To us. Work with your brother if you have to.
What? You're not coming back to the dorm. Are you going to judo practice?
Nah, Professor Mickelson's asked me to see him.
Mark, watch out for yourself. That professor's more than he seems.
Okay.
Do my students even realize they're taking ancient civilizations? Listen to this one. Julius Caesar is a great man because he invented the Caesar salad.
Well, it's better than last year's Greeks or college students in fraternities and sororities.
always the optimist. Keep that trait.
You're freezing!
Really? I'm comfortable. You're finished with these papers? Thanks. You've been a huge help this semester. It's difficult to find a quiet moment to grade around here. I saw the tail end of the amphitheater performance outside. Your twin friends were there. I don't think I've told you, but they'd taken one of my classes before. It's unfortunate. They were with some unsavory company tonight. I advise you to stay away. Your future depends on it. Bad company is bad for the mind.
I think I know who you're talking about. They've been hanging out with Kyle and Nate since the start of the semester. Neither are doing well. Kyle and Nate are always exhausted, coming home late. I think they're getting into fights. They come home with cuts and bruises. It's my choice. I'll still be their friend.
Very well. Did you see the performance?
Yes, this semester's theme is immortality. That's why the acting troupe chose Dorian Gray. They'll perform Frankenstein next month.
Immortality? That's an interesting choice. Do you think immortal characters are portrayed mostly as good or as evil in literary sources? Just curious.
Most stories always have them as the bad guys.
I agree. What's your opinion? If immortal beings such as vampires existed, do you think they would be evil?
If they're real, I think it'd be wrong to judge them. But what if they kill those they bite?
Very few vampires are murderers. At least in today's fiction.
Today's fiction? I thought you liked the classics.
I try to keep up with the times. If you were given the opportunity to be immortal, like the vampires, would you be one?
Drinking blood would be disgusting. Also, I'd miss food too much.
But what about experiencing the world? You're always so curious.
Curiosity killed the cat. Some things are best left alone.
Hands off, they said. They had plans for you, they said. Why does everyone get to have fun, and I don't?
Who are you?
Someone who wants your fresh blood.
No thanks. I'll find work elsewhere. Okay. He's just someone who's given me work. Did you hear about the murder last night?
No, what did you hear?
Let's hope they're caught. Do they have any leads?
Another girl was slashed. Police are wondering if we have a serial killer.
Let's get out of here. We all need a change. I know, let's go on a road trip during spring break. Get away from cranky professors and all this death talk.
Sounds like a plan. I'll be off then.
Yeah, I have nothing better to do with my life anyway.
So, how are you holding up?
I'm not sure. I didn't know her, but it all happened so close to us. It could have happened to anyone. No, I won't be scared.
No, you shouldn't be.
Is that why you wanted to meet sooner? Because you're worried about me?
Yes, but I also can't make this Friday. Professor Mickelson set up an interview with the Society of the Arts.
What does this art thing have to do with you? You gave up sketching.
The Society considers language an art. They've been looking for a translator for art deals. If they like me, I get a job with them. Or at least I'm hoping that happens when I meet them Friday.
Ugh, now you reminded me. I've been so focused on finishing up our semester, I haven't made a resume yet. I need to start looking for a job too. You'll do great, Mark. I hope you get it. I'm going home to Utah.
I'm not going home.
It's because of her, isn't it?
I think Kyle and Nate will stay on campus. I might stay here and hang out with them instead.
I don't blame you, Mark. It's just so sad. But I'm glad you won't be alone. Call me, okay?
I really enjoyed today. What do you think? Would you like to go on another date? Let's get out of here.
Mark. Let's get some coffee and catch the rest of the show.
Look, they're about to start again.
Good. Now we can finally see something interesting. I'm getting tired of watching all these couples making out. It's so annoying.
Thank you all for coming, and welcome to our annual Classics Under the Stars. Let's introduce our actors. Our second performance tonight will be The Picture of Dorian Gray.
Shit, why is that killer here? Can't you look? Do you think he's onto us? Kyle, do you know that person?
Yeah, he's Mark's faculty mentor.
He's your neighbor, right? The one who's been asking too many questions?
He's a cutie. Can we keep him?
Are you trying to make me jealous? Because it's working. I need to find out what he knows. We can't reach him now.
Sounds like fun. I'm in.
What are you saying? You're not going to hurt him, are you? You couldn't control yourself a few days ago. If my brother's blood and mine aren't enough, find someone else. You have to stop killing runaways.
Don't worry, we won't kill your friend. But why is Mitchelson mentoring him? Find a way to bring... Mark, was it? To us. Work with your brother if you have to.
What? You're not coming back to the dorm. Are you going to judo practice?
Nah, Professor Mickelson's asked me to see him.
Mark, watch out for yourself. That professor's more than he seems.
Like you would know? Both of you have been acting weird, and those two you're hanging out with aren't normal.
They're all right. They have more in common with the professor than you think.
I doubt that. See you later.
Do my students even realize they're taking ancient civilizations? Listen to this one. Julius Caesar is a great man because he invented the Caesar salad.
Well, it's better than last year's Greeks or college students in fraternities and sororities.
Always the optimist. Keep that trait.
You're freezing!
Really? I'm comfortable. You're finished with these papers? Thanks. You've been a huge help this semester. It's difficult to find a quiet moment to grade around here. I saw the tail end of the amphitheater performance outside. Your twin friends were there. I don't think I've told you, but they'd taken one of my classes before. It's unfortunate. They were with some unsavory company tonight. I advise you to stay away. Your future depends on it. Bad company is bad for the mind.
I think I know who you're talking about. They've been hanging out with Kyle and Nate since the start of the semester. Neither are doing well. Kyle and Nate are always exhausted, coming home late. I think they're getting into fights. They come home with cuts and bruises. It's my choice. I'll still be their friend.
Very well. Did you see the performance?
Yes, this semester's theme is immortality. That's why the acting troupe chose Dorian Gray. They'll perform Frankenstein next month.
Immortality? That's an interesting choice. Do you think immortal characters are portrayed mostly as good or as evil in literary sources? Just curious.
Most stories always have them as the bad guys.
Ah, I agree. What's your opinion? If immortal beings such as vampires existed, do you think they would be evil?
If they're real, I think it'd be wrong to judge them. But what if they kill those they bite?
Very few vampires are murderers. At least in today's fiction.
Today's fiction? I thought you liked the classics.
I try to keep up with the times. If you were given the opportunity to be immortal, like the vampires, would you be one?
Sure. Who wouldn't want to live forever?
What about drinking blood? Abandoning humanity and not being able to stand sunlight? Who'd want to live as a monster?
People are too fragile. Just look at what happened to my mom.
It was cancer, wasn't it?
I'd want to have all the time in the world to explore, to actually experience the ages. The side effects would be a small price for studying centuries. Don't you also think so, Professor?
It's a shame for such a young woman to die. There's no respect.
What's going on with Brother Luke?
We are all concerned with what's going on around campus.
Are you alright?
Just a little weak. I think I did too much today and yesterday. The class has been canceled, so you need not come. I'll be okay. Will I see you at the Society of Arts tomorrow?
Yeah, I'll be there.
Oh, Mark! It's been a long time. How's school?
Fine.
Your father told me you're not coming home. I don't see why you don't. It's not like I'm going to bite.
I think I might be interrupting your honeymoon period.
I don't understand what's wrong with you two. Always so serious. If only you smiled some more. You're too handsome to be frowning all of the time. He wants to know what you want for your graduation.
What I want?
Yes, what you want. We're not able to make it. We are going to Paris.
Why couldn't he have told me that?
Well, you know your father. It's difficult for him too, you know. You remind him too much of the past. He's trying to move on in his life, to stop mourning.
So if he ignores me, he can forget about her. He can send me cash instead. Or how about buying me a car? Does he think money makes me happy? Is that what you want to hear? He wouldn't care anyways. Tell him to love me enough to call me himself when you both return home.
Nate and I wanted to know if you want to study at the library.
Since when are you interested in studying?
Sorry, we heard through the walls. Fight with your stepmom again?
Sounds like a good idea.
You're tired, right? Go on ahead of us. We'll be fine.
Found you. That will keep you quiet.
Drop that student.
What are you going to do? You're not the boss of me.
I've been keeping an eye on you, Skulls. Don't break the code. Use only willing donors. Keep the secret safe.
I haven't done anything wrong, Enforcer. I was thirsty.
You're killing him.
What do you care? It's just an animal.
That kind of attitude is what gets you killed! I enforce the code! That's why I care. That son of a bitch.
Oh God! I'm gonna die!
No. You haven't lost all of your blood. You are not going to die today.
Why did you bring him? You risk everyone's safety.
We need to move up the schedule. I've been seen. He's in danger now and we don't have time to acclimate him.
Is there no other way?
There's none. If we leave him as he is, he could tell someone, or the skulls will kill him. The code is already broken.
He's a child.
Life isn't fair. You of all people should know that.
Excuse me? Professor, what's going on?
You were attacked last night.
I remember something about that. He bit me.
Do you remember what happened next?
You saved me, I think.
I killed him. You better sit down.
Oh God, what about the cops? They'll be looking for us, asking questions. What about the body?
There will be no body. Vampires typically turn to dust a few minutes after death. Newer ones, well, they're not in a state of decay yet. They need to be disposed of. I already took care of that.
Are you saying that you're some sort of vampire hunter?
Yes, in a way. Yes, in a way.
You're kidding, right? Okay, very funny, everyone. Vampires are not real.
He was real, not some guy pretending.
No one actually believes that I was attacked by a vampire. And you killed this guy. You staked him.
Yes, and I'd do so again.
So, that's why I'm here, and not at the hospital.
You see, Mark is an intelligent young man. This was the safest place I could think of to bring you.
May I have some water? Professor, who are these people? How are they okay about this?
This is the Society of the Arts. Unfortunately, you were put in a situation where you had to meet them earlier than we expected. Everyone, this is Mark Delaware, my apprentice and protege.
How do you do, Mark? I'm the Society's president, Don Belmonte. Please, relax. You are safe here. Now would be a good time to meet everyone, I think, since we're all here. Unless you'd prefer to rest?
I'm fine. Just shook up, that's all.
Very understandable with what you experienced.
We've heard a lot about you. I'm Charlie Versier. I hear you practice judo, speak Francais and several other languages.
I understand that this is a society for the arts, that you support them and that you also trade art. From what Professor Mickelson told me, you're looking for a linguist. I practiced judo for 6 years. I also went abroad for a few semesters to focus on studying languages. I've also been learning Greek and Russian. Professor Mickelson was my classical history teacher.
Magnifique. Steve, I think you made an excellent choice. I like this one. Not that you need my approval. Mark, I think we'll be good friends. It's nice to have a younger face in this crowd, don't you think?
Charlie, what do you do in the society?
The society maintains and encourages the best arts of the era. I'm a musician. I've been so for over 300 years. I find those who grow that art. Belmonte looks for painters. Others who aren't here look for writers, sculptors, architects, fashion designers, etc. Mrs. Violet manages our books. Yes, I've been playing the viola, the bass, and a stringed instrument, really. They've always been my favorite, but especially the piano. You meet the most women when you play a piano. My first instrument was a harpsichord. While we visited Europe, my father, a Dahomey prince, insisted that I should play it like Mozart. Of course, I was never able to come close to that young child. He always impressed the Austrian courts. Then, in the 20th century, I came to America and played jazz. I love jazz. I lived in New Orleans for many decades and picked up their accent when I learned English.
There he goes again, bragging without thinking.
Steve is our local enforcer. It is good that he chose a successor, although, as he said, the timing could have been better.
Enforcer? Wait, Professor Mickelson is like a vigilante?
He's our local hero.
And everyone here already knows about vampires.
Professor Mickelson, did you not properly tell your protege about the society?
Mrs. Violet, I wanted to explain everything to him while we're together.
I am normally not one to assert opinions, But don't you think it is not only dangerous, but also irresponsible to introduce him here and not mentally prepare him? The code has already been broken with this one.
Even if any of us disagree, it isn't our business anyway. It's Major Steve's decision, not yours.
Do you approve of the professor's choice?
I do. Whatever our friend feels is best. He's lost his family. Having a new skilled apprentice might make things easier for Steve.
You never told me you'd lost your family.
It was a long time ago. It was inevitable. I'll tell you about that someday.
Steve, I'm glad to hear you found such a promising young man as your apprentice. It'll be good to have a more personal element in art negotiations. A good linguist is hard to come by. Yes, computers can translate, but in the future, it won't replace the human need to interact. His judo will aid him when other types of negotiations will get a little sticky. I assume you plan to teach him your special talents as well, Enforcer. Your professor is the Enforcer of the Vampire Code. Our mask hides our secret. Only willing donors know our truth. Keep humanity alive, lest the Enforcer declares judgment. All vampires follow this rule. We want you to consider joining us. If the only reason you will join us is because you're desperate to find work, there are other ways we can help. Think about your decision. Being in a society is a lifelong commitment. Like a fraternity, our bonds last forever. Mickelson, would you please explain this to him?
The Society of the Arts is not just an organization to promote culture. We're a society of vampires. What some would call the undead, but don't let that word fool you. We're very much alive.
You're scaring me. You're kidding, right, Professor? I mean, if you're all vampires, where are your fangs?
If I'd suddenly told you I was a vampire and flashed a fanged smile, you'd run. We're not the first vampires you've met.
No, this can't be real.
Did your mind try to rationalize it as a bad dream? I'm sorry. You've seen the undead and are targeted by a very nasty vampire group called the House of Skulls. You must make a choice. Live as a donor, become one of us, or die. It is our code. I'm hoping you'll choose to be one of us.
Perhaps we'd better explain what is legend and what is truth to your student. It might make the adjustment easier.
What's there to say? He sees me daily. He knows that sunlight bothers me but doesn't make me burst into flames. I don't walk beneath crucifixes, holy water takes away my strength, and he's never seen me eat.
Ugh, think about eating human food just makes me sick. It's awful.
We don't drink blood daily, and we can live well by only taking what we need without killing someone. People forget being bit pretty quickly. Something about our saliva heals both the mind and the flesh. Not every vampire is the same. Some force their donors to become victims. Like humans, there are good vampires and not so good ones.
Don't worry. Blood doesn't have to come from a person, but they taste better. Some humans volunteer to be our donors. They keep our secret for a price. I drink from a donor volunteer every week. Absolutely no longer than 1 month between bites. Otherwise, it's dangerous to be thirsty. Not biting makes you a little crazy.
Did a vampire kill that student on campus?
You've always had keen insight. Yes, and you've met the master of her murderer before today.
That goth guy? I need to tell my friends. Kyle and Nate are in trouble.
Think about what you're doing. Do you think they'll believe you if you start ranting about monsters? They'll think you're drunk. I only told you this to protect you. You're not supposed to be going around telling everyone. I thought you were ready for this. Was I wrong?
You just told me the impossible exists. What should I be feeling?
Sometimes danger is closer than we expect. If they're hanging around the skulls, then they might already be in over their heads. We don't know. I want to give you the opportunity to live like us. I'd become a permanent mentor to you. You'll have the chance to study centuries. That's all I'll share. If you decide to join us, then I'll explain the rest as you adjust to your new life. I want you to think about this.
And if I say no, that I don't want to become a vampire?
Professor Mickelson, I knew it was dangerous to bring this boy here. Child, you have no choice. If you reject us, you'll be killed by the House of Skulls. What? I'm not going to coddle the boy. He could also become a blood donor.
Unacceptable. No one is going to feed from Mark. I forbid it.
Careful, Steve. You may be the enforcer, but this is my society that you are speaking to.
Ma'am, I've been thinking, why was Professor Mickelson weak to holy water?
It drains us. Unless we have faith, we cannot get near religious objects. It is not painful, just uncomfortable.
We forsake any divine plan and choose not to live a mortal life.
But vampires live forever, right?
As long as we're not murdered or there's no major accident, we live for a very long time.
Yes, I'll do it.
This was not how I wanted to initiate Mark. A good teacher would allow his student time to adjust to the unknown.
You said it, not me. Glad we finally agree on something, Professor.
Don't you need more time to think about it? Say clearly what you want, Mr. Delaware.
I want to become a vampire.
When do you want to do this? After graduation?
Professor, if I wait to make this decision, I'll change my mind. Please, do it now. I'm ready.
Good man. You'll join the society and work with them until you're ready to be like me. If you ever choose not to be an enforcer, then that is your right. Let's do this. I'll be the one to initiate you.
As should be. He'll be your tyro.
Listen carefully or you'll die. The little bit of blood I gave you last time was nothing like what will happen now. When I drink from you, I will drain you. As I do, you'll feel lost in joy. Then you must drink from me. If you start feeling sad, whatever you do, don't stop. Keep drinking until I tell you no more. If you stop too early, you will die. The transformation takes 2 hours. This is the hardest part. hesitate. Drink! You're a fool! You cannot stop. You must drink quickly! You can stop now. You did well, Mark. The first step of the transformation isn't easy. The next part of the transformation isn't pleasant, but you'll feel nothing like the sadness you felt earlier. He's my apprentice. My tyro. I found him. I formed him. I'll carry him.
Sorry. Steve, as your new father, should have been here, but he's in bed. He made you drink more blood than you should have last night. We're bringing over donors to help him. Donors are people who know about us and support us by giving blood. I'm shocked you said yes so fast. If we'd known that Mickelson was going to change you so soon, we would have prepared. What am I talking about? You're both impulsive. You'll be a great vampire, and I hope we'll be friends. I know you might hate us right now for forcing you to choose. But once the pain goes away, you'll feel different. You'll see. It's okay. You're all right. It happens to all of us. Your fangs are descending. When this is over, Steve suggested I should teach you how to blend in a crowd. I think it'll be fun. There's a lot of places you and I can go. I look young, but I have more experience than the others. Steve will be a teacher for the really important things.
Wait, you're not the youngest? You look young. Well, Mrs. Violet has to be the oldest.
Oh, I'm glad she didn't hear you say that. No, Violet transformed in the 1950s. Don't be fooled. Even though she looks the oldest, she's actually our youngest member besides you. She knew us since the 1920s, and we all appreciated her eye to catch fake art. She surpassed even President Belmonte in that gift. He is her progenitor. although it took him decades to convince her to be one of us. I'm the second oldest. Belmonte transformed me. Our human families die or forget us. It's for the best new vampires cut ties. When you don't age, when the younger generations don't believe that you're related, it's painful when family rejects you. We're the president's family now.
Get him away from here!
Bring him downstairs. We'll feed him there.
You'll get over it once you read.
My dear, you know he can't hear me.
I want blood now!
Mark, listen. Miss Laura, my donor, could lose her life if you bite her like this. Here, drink this instead. When you drink, only take 10 gulps, no more. Listen to your body. You'll quickly feel satisfied.
I felt her pleasure when you bit her. Why?
As long as we're nearby, a tyro and its progenitor are always emotionally linked. We won't be able to hear each other's thoughts, so don't worry, I won't listen in. My donor felt joy when I bit her. What we sense is their spirit. When we connect with their blood, we're able to feel their emotions.
Is it true that vampires lose their souls?
I thought you didn't care about such things.
Child, we aren't the original vampires. We do not know that answer. All of us here transformed from the blood of another. I don't worry about it. You shouldn't either.
If it is true, then if we die, we'll all go to hell, I suppose.
Did I make a mistake?
Open it, Tyro.
What does Tyro mean, anyways?
A beginner. It's what we call our apprentices. This is a ring from the Society of the Arts. Read the inside.
Technically, that's the Society's motto. It means to always pretend to be human. Our lives depend on it. This rule has kept the Society safe for hundreds of years.
Thank you.
No thanks are necessary. The Enforcer and I spoke while you were transforming. Since you'll be his trainee, you're not yet an Enforcer. Steve didn't want you to belong to a house, but after we discussed it, we think it's best for new Tyros to join the vampire family. However, this may give us some problems. Other groups will see Mickelson's choice as favoritism. But don't worry about that too much. That will be our concern. Go ahead. It'll be our honor to wear our crest. Welcome to the Society of the Arts. Play your part well.
You need to learn how to be a proper vampire. I recommend Charlie teaching you, since he has a knack for hunting. But I can teach you as well. Who would you prefer to instruct you?
Ready to learn to feed? Charlie will teach you. Casse bon, it's been a while since I painted the town red.
Young people don't say that anymore. Maybe I should teach him.
We're going to a 1920s themed fraternity party. Nicholson, you'd stick out like a sore thumb there. No one wants to see their teacher when they get drunk. The crowds will be perfect for Mark's lesson. Get ready.